Hi, Batya.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. I hope I got your coffee order right.
And pastries too.
And pastries. Diet can start on Monday. Um, thanks for joining me. I would like to talk to you about your experiences at Australasian Change Days, but I thought maybe first of all, for people who don't know you, maybe if you could just introduce yourself and say a bit about your history in change.
Sure. So I have worked in change management probably for the last, oh, how old am I now? 20 years, mostly on programs of change, normally around technology and process change that impact people. Everything impacts people. I'm fascinated by people and what makes them tick and what makes them want to change and how we can make things easier and more effective for people. So,
Yeah,
yeah, been doing this for a little while and I love it.
yeah, that's good. So you came to our very first Australasian Change Days in 2020 when the pandemic was just starting and we weren't really quite
Yes.
sure what we were going to do. Um, and then you came back in 2021 and you were one of our early bird, very early, super early bird ticket purchases for this year. So clearly for you, Australasian Change Days has been fantastic. So maybe share with us why you are so eager to come back each year and what you like about it.
Sure. There's a couple of things that I really love about it. So the first thing is when we did the one in 2020, I was really skeptical. I really wanted that face-to-face contact. And so when it became a virtual forum, I was like, nah, it's just going to be like crap and I'm not going to be engaged. And I was so surprised. So there were a number of things that really surprised me. The first thing was the caliber of the people that were attending Australian Change Days. So most of the people there are very like-minded to myself, have come to change because it's really a passion for them. It's something that they thrive off of. And so just being able to connect with like-minded people and to share stories and issues and see how different people handle different things in different ways was just mind-blowing for me. And the other part of it was the virtual forum and the fact that we could get such amazing connection in a virtual space was just a really interesting and mind-blowing, and I don't think it's something I'll ever forget. We did that one exercise, if you remember, that one day, which was a trial exercise where we got to share our story and then we just sat in that space and held the space for each other. I think there were about 5 or 6 of us that were on the call, and you know, all of us were from all different areas around the world, from all different places in Australia, and the level of connection that we had just from being present and holding that space for each other was just something I won't ever forget. So yeah, each year you guys provide the most amazing speakers, guest speakers, and people step up to share their learnings and their findings, and I just find I'm always my thinking's challenged. I'm always validated in other things that I was thinking myself. And it just really spurs me on to then go out into the world and continue on my change journey for a couple of months. So I just love it.
Yeah, oh, that's great. I was actually speaking to someone earlier and they were saying that they felt quite refreshed after it. And I was saying that that had been my experience at Berlin when I would go there and I'd actually, instead of feeling exhausted after a non-stop weekend, I'd actually feel really recharged. So is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, absolutely. It recharges me. It gives me new ideas. It gives me new tools to move forward with. It gives me people that I can pick up the phone and or email and say, "Hey, I've got this issue. I don't know how to deal with it. What have you
Yeah.
done?" Or different, yeah, different mechanisms that I can use myself. And it really just it's a community, and it's a beautiful community in the change space of just really like-minded people. So I love that.
That's great. So do you have a favorite standout moment from the last couple of years?
Well, that, as I said, that one where we
Yeah.
did that impromptu activity was amazing. I also liked Simon's activity that he did with us about the
Improv.
acting kind of
Yeah.
impromptu improv stuff. That was awesome. But the guest speakers, the Yael spoke to us about her platform that she created. So she created Ways, but she also created, I can't remember the name of it now.
Stuff that
Uh,
works.
yes, stuff that works, and how, you know, using communities and forums to share information and to collaborate together to get to better outcomes is just all about what change is about. So that was amazing.
Yeah. That actually combined a couple of great passions of mine. It combined health, having a
yes,
background in health, big data,
yes,
and action and collaboration. So for
yeah.
me, it was the triple win.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer in the fact that modern medicine sometimes doesn't have all the answers for us. And so to see a platform empowering people to share different ways that they've actually helped to get outcomes to chronic illness was just a beautiful thing, because I think it's something that people really struggle with. And so having some sort of forum where they can share and collaborate was just, yeah, mind-blowing. And the maps that she could share with the data of how that comes together and the different illnesses overlap, that just blew my mind.
This has now changed into a promo for stuff that works, because we really think it was great.
Yeah. It just shows you what you can do, though, when you engage people and bring them on board the journey. And so that's what change is all about.
It's also that taking data and turning it into knowledge, and turning it into something that's accessible for people. Like you don't need to have a data background to actually be able to make sense of all of the data that's there. So, and
to contribute and to empower people to contribute their own experiences, which is just beautiful as well.
So we'll see you at this year's Australasian Change Days, I'm sure.
You sure will.
So why do you think other practitioners should come along?
Look, it's the world that we live in at the moment is quite separate. We are so busy all the time. We are busy being busy and busy doing stuff. And I think sometimes it's nice to just take a break from that and connect with like-minded people, and to recharge your own battery, and to remind yourself why you do what you do and why you love it, and to go away with some tools, some new friends, some opportunities that you just didn't think existed before. So yeah, there's so many reasons why. The question is, why not?
Thanks, Batya.
No worries.